Hey, Nick Simons here, December 28th, 2021. I'm at a point in my life now where I'm ready to be selective about who I let in my circle of concern. And there's nothing wrong with that because I'm not going to judge anybody. And I recognize that everybody is doing what they need to be doing at this point in time. If they are open or receptive to any type of assistance I can offer, that's the time that I offer. And then if they don't take it, that's on them. And I'm the same way. If people, if I'm receptive and people feel like they have advice that I'd be receptive to, if I'm in need of some type of assistance, I'm going to accept it if I feel that's right, and if I don't, I'm not, and that's that, and that's the cause, that I'm, that would be the cause, and then I'll have to live through the effect, and that's a theme, I think, is, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here by what I was trying to say originally. Okay, I don't really have very many friends, which is okay. I have a sponsor, I have a recovery coach, I have people I talk, there's people I can call, people I can message, people I stay in touch with, but it's like, I don't have very many people of anybody like on the inner circle, so to speak, or the circle of concern. I'd rather use that term, but I can choose, okay? I'm at a point in my journey where I'm displaying very good morals, and I got there by using proper logic. There's bad logic if you're trying to justify something to yourself, and and it's a form of logic you just adopt because it fits the narrative you've created, then it's bad logic. Like, I've used logic to try to prove myself wrong, and that's how I've gotten where I'm at, like in this frame of mind I'm in, where I've come to terms with the fact that I've been the source of all my frustration, and those things are so cliche. People say it and they think it makes sense, and but it's hard for us to really let go of those resentments that we have towards other people, and then truly just realize that it was what we did at the time that caused us to suffer. It's very difficult to do that. A lot of us just don't, and and that we just view things like, we did stuff because of that person was the way they were, and just leave it at that. But I've gone a little further than that in my mental evolution. I just want friends that share that same desire to have good morals, and to look at exercising logic like it's an art form and not something we just manipulate, just and get out of our comfort zones. I don't have to go to Rich Easier, but I do, but I don't. I could find ways to stay at my dad's, and not have to pay rent and not have to have all those standards to live up to that go along with living in a sober house, but it's time for me to do that. I can adjust to living in jail. I need to adjust to living in society, and that's a step towards that, and I don't want to have to be court ordered to do it, anyways, called taking the initiative. But so to follow up, clarity of motives, being honest with yourself, like that's it. Motives, logic, and morals. If they're all pure, if you try to keep those three things pure, then you'll get pure results. In a way, like that's what I've found, as far as following the law of cause and effect. Whatever causal event you experience, it's everything. It's not just the action itself. It's everything else that went into play. What type of logic were you using? What were your motives at the time? If you don't include that, if you're trying to figure out like where things went wrong in your life, look at that. Look at whatever the cause to the effect, and then take that into account. What were your morals? What was your logic? What were your motives at the time? You know, and maybe you'll find out that you're really a victim of yourself. You know, but it's freeing to discover that and move on. You know, it's a freeing feeling to just take full responsibility for all of your actions that you've ever made. You know, it's just a beautiful thing when it finally happens. With that, have a good day.